after a terrible bike accident I had back in San Diego, training for Ironman and Olympics. I had a horrible bike accident and I found myself in the middle of the road. Horrible wounds, open wounds, bleeding. I tore my shoulder in different places. I had no idea back then. My elbow, I hurt, like, it was a mess. It completely made my scars go away. All the wounds, open wounds that I had, and scars. And it's great for stretch marks and pregnancy and anti-aging.
Longevity isn't luck, folks. It's a lifestyle built on awareness, intentional habits, and understanding the signals your body needs to constantly keep growing. So today's guest has spent nearly 2 decades helping people uncover root causes behind pain, illness, fatigue, inflammation, and premature aging. She's a doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine, functional medicine practitioner, Ironman athlete, double bronze Olympian, which is amazing, and a creator of Vibrant Glow Beauty Oil. So please help me welcome Dr. Hadar Sophia.
Right.
Dr. Hadar Sophia, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me here.
Well, now every practitioner has a story, so I want to start by asking you, what first inspired you to pursue a healing career, like especially acupuncture, Chinese medicine? Tell us about it.
Okay, wow. That's a very short question for a very complicated long answer, but I'll tell you in a nutshell kind of why I got into the healthcare and why I became a healer. And originally I wanted to be a Western doctor, and I started with nursing school in New York. So let me give you a little more background. I moved from Israel to New York City. And when I moved, I wasn't feeling well for a long time. After being in the military for a couple of years, I had severe inflammation, and I didn't know back then what the word inflammation was because no doctor actually said I had inflammation. But I was super swollen. I was sleeping like 16 hours a day, and nothing helped me feel better. My face was swollen. My spleen was enlarged. I was puffy. I was exhausted. I was still trying to run and swim, and I was just not feeling well. And every doctor I went to, Western medicine doctors, said that it's all in my head and here is a pill and go home and you're fine. But I wasn't fine. And I knew there was something deeper. And they didn't care to ask me deeper questions. They didn't actually care about me at all. They were just like, here is a number, here's a pill, go home. And I knew there was something more to it. And I knew that I didn't just trust what they said because I was fine in my head. I was a happy girl, always am. I was an athlete. I thought I ate well, and I thought I did everything right, but something was not right. And so finally, after years of agony, and I never took any pills because I know there's nothing that I don't take medications like that. I just knew it wasn't right. So finally, after, trial and errors and figuring out what to do next, I was introduced to Chinese medicine. And I got treated by it, and I felt so much better, and I loved how they gave me a whole hour, listened to my problems, checked my tongue, my pulse, and then I also went to an iridology to read in the eye. And I had so many health issues back then that were not necessarily Western diagnosed because they didn't look at the root cause, and they didn't know what to tell me. And obviously I had Hashimoto's. No one knew I had Hashimoto's because in Western medicine, labs were normal to them, but to functional medicine and Eastern medicine, it was not normal. And I just had a lot of inflammation. I had that mononucleosis, the kissing disease, which I was just after high school and military. I was 20. It just, nothing made sense. Yeah, so I was young and I was just not well. And when I got introduced to Eastern medicine and functional medicine, that's when I started falling in love with it. And I said, one day I'm going to have to help people as well. Because if I've been helped and doctors don't really know how to help you, I have to be that person who can help others. And that's how my journey started. So I moved to New York. I still wasn't feeling well. I was still trying to do detoxes and herbs and acupuncture and stuff. And I was just having so much Herxheimer reaction, detoxing from all the heavy metals, from vaccines and toxins and just environmental toxins and God knows everything that caused me to be toxic and inflamed. I had a lot to learn and detox. So it took me a long time, but with lots of different doctors and finally holistic doctors that could help me. And then I started studying, and then I knew my calling was Eastern medicine, functional medicine, holistic medicine. So I never made it to actual medical school. I went to Eastern medical school and functional studies as well. So I have a doctorate in Chinese medicine and acupuncture, and then I studied functional medicine and naturopathic medicine. So here I am, been doing it for 20 years. Transformed my life completely. I've done a complete 180. If you saw pictures of me back in the day, you wouldn't recognize me probably.
I have not.
What's that?
I have not seen them.
Yeah, I have shown a video or two or pictures. I'm so embarrassed because I just looked so different. Like my eyes looked different. They were so swollen. My face was so swollen.
Inflammation. You were an
I
athlete.
used to,
You were an athlete, so that's a lot of information there too.
yeah, exactly, exactly. And I was a swimmer and a runner competitively. Nevertheless, I obviously couldn't really do much back then, but I still tried. It was very hard. So that's
So
why I'm here today.
once you got through Chinese medicine and acupuncture, then you actually even got functional medicine practitioner certification and naturopathic. So you're well rounded. I love integration. So I'm one believer that not just one discipline is going to get you to thrive. It's going to take a good integration of the discipline. So
Right.
you knew what you were
Exactly.
doing. That's great stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and I studied nursing too. I never finished it because I was in New York City during 9/11 and I couldn't tolerate everything about it, but I just didn't like what I did because literally I was in the hospital changing diapers for people who were non-responsive. And I said, this is not what I want to do. This is not my calling. I need to do something bigger. I need to have a bigger impact.
Good move. Good move. It's tough. Yeah, acute. Acute is even tougher.
Oh, it was rough. It was rough. Yeah. And then I worked in the hospital in Coronado, San Diego. Um,
Huh.
yeah, right when I got out of school, I was on them. I said, I need a job and I'm going to work with you guys. And they were like, okay, we'll make up something. And I created a whole department. But I also treated it was people who were in comatose actually. And I did some acupuncture on them and you could see the movement. It was crazy. But it was just not what I wanted to do. So yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, now you often talk about finding the root cause instead of masking symptoms, right?
Yeah.
What does the whole process of your clinic look like when you do grab someone and say, okay, we're going to go root cause? Because you have 4 disciplines there. I'm interested in. Where do you
Yeah.
start?
Yeah, so they all integrate together. But what I love about doing, let's put the naturopathic and functional kind of in one umbrella for me,
Okay.
and Chinese medicine in a different, and then Western medicine, right? Western medicine, you can look at labs, but if you look at regular Western medicine labs and only look at pieces and parts, and you don't see the whole picture, then you're not really getting the full person's picture. They're only doing minimum labs, basic stuff. They're not looking at toxins necessarily, environmental toxins, heavy metals, mold, infectious diseases. They're looking at the basic stuff, CBC, CMP, hormones a little bit here and there, that's it, right? And then they're like, oh, your levels are in range, you're fine. And it's like, no. Actually, the beauty about functional medicine, naturopathic medicine, right, is if you take the labs, you're doing them in more narrower levels, functional ranges, you're doing bigger tests, more to test. In Chinese medicine, what we add is we look at the tongue. We also look at the pulse. We look at the face, the eyes, the ears, the finger, like everything. And you can literally diagnose. I can look at the person and see what's going on just by looking at their tongue, looking at their lines, looking at their eyes, looking at so many things without even looking at labs. And I can tell you what's going on with the person. Nevertheless, I also feel energy, and I can tell obviously by their symptoms, what they're feeling, what they're reporting. But if I integrate the labs, the functional labs, comprehensive, Chinese medicine and acupuncture, or actually Chinese medicine diagnosis, tongue reading, pulse, facial, I don't even need to do the pulse to see what's going on. Just by looking at someone and figuring out their intake and asking them questions, I can tell. And then everything I had learned over the years and integrated and continuously learning, right? There's so much to learn. I feel like the more I learn, the less I know sometimes. It's crazy because there's so much stuff getting thrown at us that is innovating and new research here and new research there, but Chinese medicine has been around for thousands of years. That's not going to change. Treatments, diagnoses, things that we can find out. But when we combine it together, you can really help a person deeper. And I also do injections, like neural therapy injections for scars, for pain, for trauma. And I combine it with acupuncture and, you know, the whole supplements, nutraceuticals, nutrition. I detox people. So there's so much you can do with a patient. You got to do it the right way, but there's so much you can do, and there's so many ways to diagnose that is not just with blood.
Yeah, and you're going to get confirmation really when you do the functional labs. You're going to confirm what you already kind of knew with Chinese medicine. And then that's
Right.
nice that you have the acupuncture where you're finding trigger points, and you deal with the fascia, which is something that we ignore a lot.
Mhm.
People don't realize we have trapped energy, right? And something
We
that you
do.
could
Yeah.
find easily with all your integrations there. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Now you mentioned you also have product. You said about something about scar tissue. Tell us about
Oh
it.
yeah, my oil. That's right. I should probably bring a bottle to show. Would you like me to
About
bring
the
it?
oil.
I should bring it. Sorry, let me grab it. Yeah, I after a terrible bike accident I had back in San Diego, training for Ironman and Olympics. I had a horrible bike accident, and I found myself in the middle of the road, and
Ouch.
horrible wounds, open wounds, bleeding. I tore my shoulder in different places. I had no idea back then. My elbow, I hurt, like, it was a mess. And I did not want to go see a doctor. My friend was like, we got to take you to the ER. I said, nope, absolutely not. So I had just studied another certificate with Dr. Josh Axe. And so I put together a formula that I had eventually brought to market several months ago. The formula is amazing. I'll tell you about it in a second, but non-toxic, no parabens, no phthalates, no mineral oils, no petroleum, not tested on animals. It's got just botanicals, essential oils, a couple of vitamins, and other oils, and that's it. And there's nothing added to it that is toxic, like nothing you can actually not pronounce, like so many oils out there on the market. So when you look at pregnancy or stretch mark oils on the market, if you were to read the ingredients, you'd be shocked. I was horrified when I see other products like, should I
yeah.
mention names? I don't want to bash anyone, but just
Just
horrified.
about every single
Just about
one.
everything out there.
Yeah.
And even if they say organic, non-toxic, I look at them like benzene, avocado, whatever, like all kinds of chemicals and mineral oils. No, thank you. So
And then
this is
not to
gluten-free,
mention the
dye-free, paraben-free, phthalate-free, petroleum and animal byproduct-free, and it's just one beautifying oil. And I use it on my face every day.
Oh, really?
But I use it on
Okay.
my body too, and I use it for scars. So it completely made my scars go away. All the wounds, open wounds that I had, and scars. And it's great for stretch marks and pregnancy and anti-aging. We're now gearing it towards pregnancy and stretch marks because they had to narrow down a niche. But originally, this was made for scars, and stretch marks are actually scars tissue as well. So yeah,
That's great. So it's called Vibrant Glow Beauty Oil.
the vibrant glow. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, that's great. I can relate to your product. I have one that's called oregano oil, right? Straight out of Mexico, Mexican
Yeah.
oregano oil.
You're
And
not
that's
putting it on your skin, I hope.
No, this is oral. This is
Yeah.
legit Mexican oregano oil. We actually fused it with extra virgin olive oil from the Mediterranean.
Oh,
of course.
cool. Oh,
So
of course.
we have it's organically certified, FDA approved to take orally, and of course it's antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. So yeah, I know the work. I know it takes a lot of work to bring something out that's clean, and this is what you want to do. You want to share it,
2 years it took me to bring it to market. Almost 2 years.
and I could already see one of the reasons is because you couldn't find something out there that was not only that works, but it's clean, right? And
Exactly.
it just makes us come out and say, hey, I'm going to have to create my own because I don't see anything that's good enough for me to
Right.
put on my body. Now that I know so much about health and wellness, I'm not going to do that.
My own body oils. I make my own sunscreen. I make everything from scratch.
I was going to ask that. How do you combine it with your clinic? So you're using, your oils for your clients, especially with the acupuncture, I'm going to assume
Yeah,
there's.
with injections. Yeah, so I apply it on them as well.
What do you have for online? Like if I'm in California and I wanted to learn from you, do you have programs for people online as
Yeah.
well?
Yeah, I do telemedicine. I'm still licensed in California too.
Oh,
So
really?
when
Okay,
I go
good.
back there, I still see patients. Yeah, I love my patients in California. I miss them so much too. But yeah, I still see patients via telemedicine. So I don't have a clinic here. I used to have one in San Diego. I'm looking to join a clinic eventually for a day or two a week. But right now I do concierge and I do telemedicine.
Okay, and that's very popular now. So telemedicine, I think people are getting used to it now.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're saying that you could tell on a person through the tongues, the eyes, and can you do that in video too on the telehealth when
Oh,
you're
100%. I always say, can you stick your tongue out, please? And I look
really see
closely.
that helps. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And
Because
then
I
they're
mean, you
like,
have to touch
and I'm
someone when
like, no, open your mouth, stick your tongue out.
okay, wow, that
Yeah.
helps a lot. Okay, how does the naturopathic medicine apply when you're doing, for example, the Chinese medicine? Because I know you're going to do, oh, I know what you did. You separated both because you have functional medicine with naturopath, and then
I
you have
pretty much integrate everything together
okay, that's
when the
awesome. That's
time is appropriate, right? So to help a patient best, the combination of them together for diagnosis is phenomenal. For Florida, my acupuncture license, thank God, approves me to do certain things that back in California, naturopathics could do, but I couldn't. So here in
okay.
Florida, I can do things like the injections of vitamins, of peptides. I do peptides as well, of exosomes, of acupuncture. I call it acupuncture injections. That's what we can do. So I combine and I use homeopathics and procaine and the stuff for neural therapy, and I combine different things. And if somebody wants the functional medicine, which I always recommend because I look at the root cause and not just the Chinese medicine, because again, Chinese medicine is great for so many things, but I do want to see some labs. I want to hear a broader, more actually a deeper history of what's going on, whether it's trauma, childhood, emotions, physical, nutrition, sleep. That's all what we do anyways in Chinese naturopathic medicine, functional medicine. So we combine, but the Chinese medicine gives you the ability to also do the acupuncture and acupuncture injections, which is the beautiful part.
Yes. What about acupressure?
Acupressure, yeah.
What's
That's,
that?
massaging the acupuncture points or acupressure points. Yeah.
So that you could teach for people that are not physically
Yes,
there.
correct. So if I do telemedicine and I work on emotional stuff, or if they have certain pains, then I can definitely direct them. Pericardium sticks, you want to press on that, for example, for nausea or chest tightness, the whole pericardium channel. Or you can press large intestine 4 for head pain or stomach pain or whatever pain or headache, or dizziness. Or if you want to lower blood pressure, you couple it with points in the legs and hands. So there's so many different ways to combine things and do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love traditional Chinese medicine. I don't ask me, I'm not an expert, but I love it. I'm the
Yeah.
student, right?
Yeah. Have you ever had it?
What's that?
Acupuncture.
Oh, you've never had acupuncture?
I have had acupuncture for over 30 years now. I'm
Oh,
asking if
I've
you've had
actually,
it. Do you think I'll go to school without
oh
having
man,
it?
I know I
Are
was
you
going to say,
kidding
that
me?
is so
I see
weird.
myself every day. I love it.
I was like, how do you do acupuncture? You never had it yourself.
Oh
I've
no,
had
I
it.
have it all the
I've had it
time.
a couple times. Yes, and it was for my inflammation, of course, from my hip to my knee. You know, a big time athlete. I
Yeah.
destroyed myself. Very aggressive athlete.
Yeah.
Football, you could
Oh,
imagine.
did you?
And
Yeah.
so it helped, but it was temporary, right?
Yeah.
You always have to go back. I went a couple times and it helped a lot,
Two times
but
is
I
not enough
just,
though. We always say go 6 times to really give it a chance. But yeah.
yeah, and I didn't give it a chance. So here I am with
No.
hip surgery just
Oh
about
no.
6 weeks ago.
Wow, really?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
doing
see,
a lot better.
wow.
I'm
I
fast
hope you're
walking
better.
now,
Yeah.
but I'm being very patient because I want to already run.
There you go. See, you would
Yeah,
benefit from the neural therapy injections and the scar oil.
tell us about the neuro. There you go. Tell us about the neuro therapy.
Maybe you'll win the scar oil on my post since you commented. You
So that
never
my
know.
scars in the back, my glute, right on the side. The left side, big scar. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I thought you told me it was 6 inch. I told
Oh
my
my gosh,
doctor.
you'd
He's like,
benefit for the injections and the acupuncture to loosen up all the scar tissue. So what happens when you have scars and in surgeries or any scars is it creates interference fields, which basically throws off your autonomic nervous system. So what the acupuncture and the injections with procaine do is they help balance your autonomic nervous system and help the flow of energy and blood flow better to the area, and you're healing faster, your range of motion faster, internal and other scars are healing better. Everything just works better.
yeah, that's why I was very concerned because I know it disrupts the fascia and then the scar tissue that's going to
Yeah.
create over it. It's been a concern. So you're talking, what injections are you talking about? I tried BPC 157 and
Yeah.
TB 500.
Yeah.
It didn't go well for me, but it could be
I have
the
them.
product, it could be the brand. I'm not going to say the brand I used, but
I'll send you
it
some
didn't
if you
do
need.
well. I didn't do well with it. It didn't. I
Why?
didn't see my Achilles tendon ruptured last year playing pickleball. Yeah, I'm
You're a mess.
injury prone guy here. I know you're.
Oh my
I
goodness.
just started falling apart last year.
Oh my
But
goodness.
anyhow, it ruptured big time. It was a big surgery there.
Sorry.
4 pins in the heel, and I did
Oh,
stem cells. Did well in Mexico because I crossed the
yeah.
border, right?
Nice, right?
But the peptides didn't seem to help me. I wasn't happy about that, so I didn't really do much there. And then I kind
Where
of
did
got
you do them? And where did you get them from?
I got it from a company in Ohio. I'm not going to name them because they're popular on online,
Oh boy.
and I know a couple guys that sell it, but the bio didn't bio well.
You got to really be careful where you inject, right? If you don't know points, you can hurt yourself,
Well, it
right?
hurt sometimes. It would hurt sometimes.
Yes. So
Yeah.
with tearing your Achilles tendon, what probably happened was your calf muscles were super, super tight, and that creates that, right? So if someone has plantar fasciitis, for example, it's not the heel, it's the calf that
Yeah.
creates all that tightness and then eventually can really harm yourself. So when we treat plantar fasciitis, which I've had so many cases back in San Diego when I had the clinic, I treated the calf. When you loosen the calf and the low back, guess what happens? It
The
helps.
fasciitis
I
is
also
gone.
treated the heel, but I treated the calf mostly because their calves were so tight, which affects everything, the whole chain.
And there's a lot of people with plantar fasciitis, and what do? When they go to ortho? They go straight to the plantar fasciitis, the, whatever. If they have a knot, or they just focus on that. They don't go up, right?
They
And
don't.
if they
Right.
knew it was upstream or downstream, right?
Right.
An issue like that, then they will solve it, and usually it is. But we're not used to that in conventional medicine, so it
Right.
makes sense.
Exactly.
So you were saying neural therapy. What does
Yeah.
that do?
Yeah, so that's what happens. That's when I inject procaine and homeopathics, and if
Okay.
I do exosomes, I also combine it. It's amazing. So
Okay.
exosomes help heal like that. It's I had it from my back. It's amazing. Um, and so I treat the scars, and what it does, it helps balance your autonomic nervous system. It helps remove those stagnations, those are interference fields that are causing that stagnation, and it just helps open up everything and move the flow, blood, energy, everything to the area.
And you've seen it a lot because you work with athletes, correct?
Yeah.
At different levels, so
hmm
that you see their performance actually improve. And what recovery habits have the greatest impact for from what you've seen?
Honestly, this is something that no one's going to want to hear.
No, tell
Eating
us.
more green leafy vegetables and being more alkaline is number one. Alkalizing your body, and you can do it with baking soda, lemon
Yes.
water, green leafy vegetables. That's when you recover the most. I am plant-based, and I rarely am sore. If I'm sore and I lift weights and I do stuff, I recover quickly. So plant-based, obviously amino acids, right? But nutrition, I mean vegetables, things like that have amino acids too. Meat, I know everybody goes to meat right away, like I gotta have my burger after every bike ride and stuff. People just go eat their junk or burgers, which is fine. Eat your burger, that's fine. Make sure it's high quality meat. Eat your vegetables. That will help you the most. I have found that a lot of athletes do report BPC 157, TB 500 does work for inflammation and recovery as well. Um, but I'm trying to think. So obviously salt in water, which also helps cramping I love Himalayan salt or Celtic salt or Redmond salt. Love those salts. So I use that when I wake up and when I train and after I train because I sweat a lot, which is so good for detox. Sauna is great, and ice, hot, cold. So hormesis, when you go into the ice bath or stuff, but I wouldn't do it right after you train. I would do more heat and then cold. Like I wouldn't do ice right away. It's not good
Yeah, I
necessarily.
love the heat. I love the saunas.
I love the
Mexicans,
heat.
we're used to the heat. We
Same.
love the heat,
Yeah.
whether it's humid or dry. I don't care. Throw me in the heat. I love it.
Yeah, it's too humid here, but yeah, I do miss a little bit of San Diego weather. Not all the time because it was mostly overcast, but now it's like, oh, take me from that humidity. But yeah.
Yeah. So what are the biggest mistakes you see older adults make as they're aging, while they're because they're exercising? What mistakes are they making? Because I see a lot of issues. People coming down with injuries.
Yeah. So for older adults and for everyone, lift weights. You want to strengthen your muscles. You want to build muscle and also protect your bones, right? Make sure you take your hormone D, vitamin D and K, and magnesium, not calcium. I'm not a fan of calcium at all. I like magnesium for healing, for sleep, for recovery, for bathroom, for everything. So I see a lot of people just not lift weights and then they think they can get stronger or not break a bone. They're becoming more brittle. Eat your greens, sleep more. That's always my thing. Like make sure you sleep 7 to 9 hours. 8 to 9 is ideal.
Now,
Get your
because
sunshine. Don't be afraid of sun.
don't be afraid of the sun. That's for sure.
I
And
worship the sun.
one thing
I
I've
worship God.
noticed,
Yeah.
yeah, there you go. And one thing I've noticed is the lack of corrective exercise. So we're talking lifting weights.
Yeah.
You do have to adapt as you get older. You're not
Yes.
that kid anymore doing bench presses. When you say resistant training, you're talking about corrective strength
Right.
training, right?
Right. Yes, exactly. But make sure you start small. You stretch. You do things. Don't stretch on a cold body. Warm up first. That can really
Yeah.
harm you.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we let the crowd know, because then they go out and they go crazy with deadlifts
Yeah,
right at the start.
exactly.
Wait, you don't
Right.
want to do
Right.
that. Slow and easy. Get a trainer. I always say, you know what? You can just start lifting weights.
Yeah.
Super important for older adults. Get a trainer so that you get on the right path,
And you don't hurt
right?
yourself and injure yourself. Right.
Exactly. So, because I mean, with me, I've been an athlete all my life. I've weight trained. I switched it up, and I still got tight. And then situations happen. The Achilles
Right.
ruptured.
Right.
The hip was wear
Right.
and tear, and it could be other things too that I've seen point out that are sometimes just a lot of stress in the body, which
Yeah.
that could
Yeah.
lead
Yeah.
to deterioration of joints.
And
That's
hydration too. Most people
Mine
don't
was a
hydrate.
combination. Yep,
Right.
dehydrate. So it's a combination of things. I can't just say, "Oh, it was wear and tear." I just no. It was a combination of things. I know that, so I'm very careful with that, and I'm not going to let that happen to my right hip.
Yeah,
Knock
don't
on
do
wood.
that. Make sure you do foam roll. Go get
Oh,
acupuncture
yeah.
again.
I love myofascial release.
And if
So
you're
I
in
do that.
Florida, come, we'll do injections, neural therapy injections and acupuncture.
What part of Florida?
Near Boca Raton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've been there once, just passing by, because I went to
Okay.
Miami, I went to
Yeah.
Orlando.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
definitely got to get out there. What is one environmental toxin that you're seeing really affect people, especially you're detoxifying people? Are you seeing any difficult situations when it comes to detox? Because now there's more than just parasites.
Yeah.
There's heavier amounts of metals, right? Have you seen that in your practice?
100%. If I showed you lab tests of patients, you'd be horrified. The amount of mercury and aluminum and lead and other thallium and other heavy metals in their blood. Normal people who think they're fine, but they don't feel well, guess why? Their heavy metals are huge. The PFAS, environmental toxins in general, glyphosate as well. And unfortunately, with all the spraying and all the food spraying and all the environmental sky spraying that we're seeing, it's not contrails, it's chemtrails.
I'm going to
I
bring it
hate
up
to
so
break
you can
that.
tell us.
What's that?
Yeah, I wanted to bring it up so that you can mention it. It's
Yeah,
chemtrail. Sure.
definitely chemtrails. So
You're calling it smart dust. So you've seen blood work that now it looks worse than usual, right?
worse than I've ever seen things before. It's horrible.
So you're taking
Um,
that into consideration when you do your detox with with your
Oh yeah. So I
yes.
always do environmental toxins tests and heavy metals because again, also what you apply. So I always say what you put on, in, and around your body will affect you. Either feed your disease or feed your wellness, right? Today's environmental toxins and metals and what you apply on your body, what you inject in your body, what you're eating, you really have to be careful. Unfortunately,
There you
toxins
go.
are everywhere. We can't avoid them. So the key is really to detox regularly. And parasites hold on to heavy metals too. So when you detox heavy metals, you also want to do parasites all the time because they're going to be in your body. And believe me, I've done my cleansing the last couple of weeks and I have purged some beautiful things, parasites, and I feel such really like so much better. But I also do heavy metals and parasites at the same time and take care of my mitochondria and stuff. So I have programs, I have detoxes that I give patients and I put them on step by step. It's so
And
important.
we'll make sure to share that in the comments. How can people get a hold of you? I know Instagram is one, right?
Yes. Yeah, so Instagram, my Instagram handler is dr.hadar Sophia. So it's dr.hadar.sophia. So dr.hadar Sophia. Or The Vibrant Glow. And my website, The Vibrant Glow. I feel like Instagram is great. Emailing me, finding me like that is the best way.
And you are active there. A lot of good
Yeah,
information. So that's great.
yeah,
Let me
yeah.
ask you some quick questions. I call them rapid fire questions. So let me ask you, morning routine, sunrise or what do you prefer?
I love my sleep, but I do get up around sunrise. I like to
Okay.
meditate in the morning before I get out of bed, so I like to start my day with like gratitude and praising Hashem, praising God for waking me up. So, and then a little meditation stuff, and then I get up. I have a four-legged puppy somewhere in my house.
Got to
I don't know
walk.
where she is right now. Not so much of a puppy, but I take care of her. I feed her right. Put essential oils on her, brush her, give her love, snuggle. I feed her, give her goat's milk, put coconut
Wow.
oil in her
Good
food.
stuff.
I spoil her, and we brush her teeth at night. But yeah, I do my lemon water, my herbs in the morning, my supplements, and then I go out, walk, always get sunshine. I try to walk without sunglasses first thing in the morning. And then I work out for a little while, and then I work. Sometimes I work and then work out. So yeah, but I always start my day with movement and sunlight and supplementations, lemon water or lime, detox, salt. Yeah.
I was going to ask you coffee or tea, but it looks like you're more of the teas, water and
Me too.
lemon.
I've been drinking lemon my whole life. No problem. I don't know why people say that. I don't feel like it's a problem. Plus, I
Right.
immediately floss. I always floss right after I eat. Every time I eat, I floss. I walk around with floss in my purse.
Oh, you do? Favorite longevity habit?
Sleep, hack. So 9 hours, 8 to 9 hours for me, it's non-negotiable. If I don't sleep well, I feel like, I'm not great. Sleep, exercise, sunshine, movement. So swim, bike, run, lift, whatever movement you want, go do it. Just do it. Walk. Giving love and receiving love, unconditional as much as possible. Of course, that's beautiful and that's a must. Longevity, nutrition, lots of vegetables and supplementations. I've always been on them. So for me, supplements and nutrition is like supplements, nutrition, sleep, and sunlight and exercise are my top five. Love, of course, giving love, receiving love, stuff like that. But
Connection,
yeah.
community, of course. Yeah. What about the most overrated wellness trend?
Overrated. Oof, there's so many trends these days. It's
So many
like
trends.
so many. Everybody's on peptides, which is fine. I like them. But make sure you know where you're getting them from. Don't just get it from Joe Schmo
Yes.
on the street, because you're going to get them from China. You do not want to do that. There's so many different trends of, I don't know. I mean, I love all the biohacking. I've been doing them for so long. Myself, I don't call myself a biohacker. I just call myself a holistic doctor who practices what she preaches. So I use infrared heat. I use everything. I have a vibration plate, which I love. I have a discount code for that too. If you guys ever need any, I love that one. It's like my favorite
I
before
have,
bed.
I have a power plate too,
Vibration that
and
plate.
a rebounder.
Yeah, yeah. I love the plate though. It's great. Use natural stuff. Don't put
Yeah, the
crap
natural
in your body. Don't
biohacks
inject
are
yourself
free
with
too.
vaccines. What's that?
Biohacks could be free too, right? I mean, like you're
Yeah,
saying, rebounding,
sun, sleep,
the
and
sun,
nutrition. I mean, obviously you
the
pay for
sun.
it, but yeah, there's so many. Love, give love, receive love, be kind to others. These are also part of it. Be
Yes,
respectful of others.
that's very important. That's part of community connection,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let me ask you this. If you could instantly eliminate a health myth from society, what would it be? There's a
That
lot of myths
vaccines
too.
save life.
Okay, that was fast.
That's like, that's a myth. That's not a fact. That's a myth.
Glad to
And
hear
I'm
that.
not a conspiracy theorist. Or maybe I am. I'm just a truth teller.
You could say conspiracy theorists have now become truth tellers. All right, let me
Yeah.
ask you one last question. Okay, I'm going to put you on a time machine, and I'm going to tell
Okay.
you we're going to go and take you back to the 18-year-old. Okay, you're 18, you see yourself, have a couple minutes with yourself. What advice would you give yourself now that you know what you know?
A lot of pieces of advice.
A
Back then, I
lot.
used to eat
You only have
dairy.
2 minutes.
Yeah, I know. Because back then, I used to eat a lot of cow's milk and cow's cheese and cow's dairy, everything. And I was like that. So bad, so inflammatory. I would say stop eating milk. Um, I exercised back then and I have a great family, so there was never complaint there. But I would say don't be so insecure because I was very insecure. Like I was just shy and insecure because I have I'm not as curvy as I used to be. I used to be a lot curvier, which is crazy. I'm still curvy. I still have nice, tush and whatever, hips, whatever you want to call it. But I used to be mocked by high schoolers that, I had breasts at 12 years old and I had a nice, voluptuous Latina butt at 12 years old already because as soon as I got my first cycle, that's when everything started shifting. And I used to be mocked and I became so insecure about that. But now I show it loud and proud with pride and I have no problem. Um, but I was because I work on it now. I do. Everybody does squats and make your butt bigger and prettier, and it's like now I know how to shape it nicer, obviously. But just as stupid kids back then, like don't listen to what people tell you, and if they mock you, it's because they are insecure about themselves. They're projecting, and what I took it as, oh my gosh, I'm not pretty enough or I'm not good enough. I should starve myself, and that's what I try to do back then. Right now, I love to eat, but
Yeah.
yeah, so I can't believe I'm telling you that and all your audience. Um,
No, but it's good to know because there's a lot of people go through that and they start
yeah,
that
right.
you know
I should
a
probably
little
do a
bit.
video on that for my audience too. But
You
yeah,
should
I
because it's
should.
important to hear it. Like
Yeah, yeah,
even older adults start doing that. They start starving themselves
they
just to
do.
try and yeah.
Now they do it with trazipatide and injections and yeah, I can't like if you starve yourself, you have no idea what problems you're putting yourself through later in life, especially with bones or brittles and you're lacking in nutrients. And the psychology it plays in your mind and body. It's just, and it does age people. It's just not pretty. But anyways, that didn't last long. I went back to eating right away because I'm a swimmer. I need to eat. I'm always hungry. So,
Yeah, I mean, yeah. No,
and I
and I
love to
understand.
eat. But I eat little at a time. I'm small, but still.
How many times do you eat per day then? Do you 2, 3 times, 4 times?
Yeah, a few times, but I stopped eating big meals. Like I stopped eating big lunch. I literally have a smoothie for lunch or a piece of sourdough sprouted whatever with olive oil, maybe some greens. But my big salad I usually have in the evening. I always have my veggies, or I just do collard green wraps
Collard green
with
wraps.
some olives or greens or maybe sardines, which I don't love, but I sometimes eat, or salmon, a little bit of wild, little bite, just a little for protein. And I love my pumpkin seeds and smoothies that I make,
That's great.
and vegan protein. That's it.
That's good to know. Okay, we got to.
Mediterranean diet, I love. What's that?
Oh, I love Mediterranean
Best.
diets. Are one of the best you can do. But like you say, you got to really look at the signals, right? Remove obstacles. Uh, if a lot of people don't have the money, I mean, let's be honest. I'm
Right.
going all the time to acupuncture or chiropractor or naturopath, but there are healing uh, things you could do at home, like you mentioned,
Right.
sunrise, sunsets, the
Sleep.
rebounding, the plates.
Walking.
If you don't have one, walking, which is humongous. So that stands out a lot coming from you that you know traditional, Chinese medicine, a lot of it is visual. So if you can at least get a consultation, it's gonna help you get ahead of the game.
Right.
If you don't have the money to go out and do acupuncture and get these expensive supplements, at least you have a guide that has just told you, okay, I saw this from you. Here's what you need to do, and then I'll see you in a month. And if you come back in a month, and we could go from there. So that's the beautiful thing that I've noticed that your type of practice can do for people. So that's great. I'm going to leave your information for our audience. You are having some kind of event with your oil. Can you tell us about that?
I know I'm doing a giveaway. I just started it today. It's going to probably be done on Wednesday, but I might do 2 giveaways. We'll see. I might do 2. So go to my Instagram, follow me, comment on the post. 2 people, bring them into the conversation, comment their names, and tag me in a story, and you'll be entered in.
Okay, and then it goes all the way till June 10th, you said, right?
Yes. Yes.
People are going to see this Saturday the 5th. So you got plenty of time to just follow her recent story or recent reel that you just put out.
Right. Tomorrow is the 5th, by the way. Saturday is the 6th.
So go out there, get on social media, and you might be the lucky one.
Yeah, you never know.
Well, thank you for your time.
I'm in America, so I can ship it.
You're a very busy person. Thank you for your time. Thank you for getting on here and sharing your wisdom, your experience, your expertise. I would love to have you back so that we could go deeper into holistic health. I just wanted to kind of touch bases with you and so that you could share some of the practical, really, introductory steps that people could do, right? And like I told my audience, if this conversation inspires you, remember that longevity isn't about living longer. It's about living better, more energy, looking for more purpose in life, right? Like she was talking about love and connection, community. More vitality will come definitely because every choice you make today becomes the foundation for tomorrow. And this show is called Age with Intention. So it's not about aging, it's about aging intentionally. Any last words you want to say to the audience before we leave?
Go be happy and practice gratitude. And I always say pray. Praying is another form of gratitude and helping yourself. And I feel like it makes you just a better person. And it spreads higher vibrations around you. So whatever, God, Jesus, whomever you believe in, go pray. I love praying and I love praising God, but also gratitude, and move your body, really. Move your body, sleep, hydrate, use salt, don't be afraid, get some sun, give love, receive love. The world would be a better place.
It sure would. That's awesome advice. Obviously, we do hear it often, but it doesn't hurt to keep repeating it, and just move.
Yes.
Awesome. Great information. Thank you so much for spending time with us. And everybody else, we will have the oils till the 10th of June, right?
Yes. Yes.
All right. I'm definitely going to eat it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me here.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. I have to sneeze. I'm so sorry. You can.
Good. I'm going to drink water.
Excuse me. You can cut that off, right?
Yeah, I'll cut that off. That's not a bad sneeze. I was like, she's going to sneeze really bad.
I sneeze cute. Whatever, if there's such a thing.
It was a cute sneeze.
Yeah, thanks.